Hello, Geeks and Gamers. Matt Lemke here with Through Gamer Goggles, and we are with Greater Than Games. This is Chris Badell. Now, are you actually like the whole fundamental creator or just the artist?
I am not the artist. I am the designer. I am
you are the
co-owner, and I'm the designer of the game. So, yeah.
And Sentinels of the Multiverse is I wouldn't call it a deck-building game. It's a card game where superheroes have certain tasks of destroying the bad guys, basically. Sadly, I'm going to say that I have never survived.
Really?
I've always died.
Oh, no.
My kids, however, they managed to win.
Well, that's what's important.
Finish.
That's important.
Yeah, I always tend to die. Maybe it's because I play a girl.
Are you playing Fnatic? She likes to kill herself. She does a lot of self-damage.
No, I tend to play the Templar chick.
Fnatic.
Oh, I guess it is Fnatic.
Yep. Yeah, she has a lot of self-damage.
I didn't think that was her name. I thought it was more holy.
Yeah,
She is fanatical.
Yeah, she certainly is.
She is definitely fanatical.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm good at that. I tend to kill myself in a lot of games. And well, it's been a couple years since I've got to talk with them, and a lot's happened. So we've got, let's go back through Sentinels of the Multiverse, and you've got the base set, and then you've got an expansion. And what did the first expansion add?
So the first expansion was Rook City, and it added 2 more heroes, 4 more villains, 2 more environments, and it was all for like a gritty urban theme. So you've got like kung fu and gun wielders and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was the Rook City expansion. Then we did the Infernal Relics expansion, and that one we co-designed with Richard Lanius, who did Arkham Horror, because he was a fan of Sentinels of the Multiverse, and so we talked back and forth, and he contributed some ideas, and it was really a blast to get to work with Richard. And so that one was themed around like magic and monsters and mythology. And so that was the Infernal Relics expansion. Then we had the Shattered Timelines expansion, which was time travel and alternate reality type stuff. And each of these expansions added 2 heroes, 4 villains, 2 environments. Then most recently we've had the Vengeance expansion, and Vengeance was a different kind of expansion. It had a team of 5 heroes and a team of 5 villains that could be played against as a team, and it was a different way of playing. So instead of playing, okay, there's a group of us heroes fighting against one villain, instead it's a group of villains fighting against a group of heroes, and after each hero turn there's a villain turn, and so the villains each of the villains individually were weaker, but they worked together and they had synergies. So it was a different way to play the game.
So, okay, how does that work? Like, you don't need 10 players.
No. You have if you're going to play with 5 heroes, you play 5 players, and the 5 villains play themselves, just like in regular Sentinels, where the villain plays itself, but instead of an individual, it's a team of villains.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's a very different way to play.
And you have one up right now.
We have one that's
to pre-order.
Yes, we have Wrath of the Cosmos, which is a space and cosmic sort of themed expansion, and that is on a pre-order on our website at sentinelsofthemultiverse.com. And that pre-order we're running like a Kickstarter in that there's a campaign, and for the certain number of copies pre-ordered, we'll generate more promos and free things for any of the people that pre-order it. So, and that's going until September 4th.
And today, or well, tomorrow. Sorry, it's Wednesday. I'm cheating. I'm a day ahead.
Good. That's a good thing to be.
I need to. They have a miniatures game, Sentinel Tactics. And now, is this a traditional miniatures game or is it a board miniatures game?
It's somewhere in between the two. It uses a board. It's a hex grid map miniatures game. Based on the heroes and characters from Sentinels of the Multiverse. And it was scheduled to be released in December, but we had everything just fall into place and managed to get it out in time for Gen Con. So it is the first official release here.
And this was Kickstarter,
This
right?
is Kickstarter.
So your Kickstarter fans are going to be really happy.
Our Kickstarter fans already all have the game.
Really?
We shipped it all out already.
And you did this in May, right?
The Kickstarter ended in May. Yeah,
that's amazing.
And it is now launching. And
now, are these plastic computer?
These are plastic, and the slightly soft plastic, so that like if you take your miniature and knock it off the table, it doesn't shatter. You can pick it up, and it has some bend to it. They look really great. Definitely come by the booth.
Are they pre-painted or?
So the ones that we have at the booth here for the show are unpainted miniatures. We're coming out with pre-painted miniatures that will be available later this year, and so those will be shipped to the Kickstarter backers that ordered those when those are finished. But those take longer to produce, unsurprisingly. So, but we are offering the miniatures both unpainted and pre-painted. Pre-painted miniatures they cost more than unpainted miniatures.
Yeah, they should.
So exactly. So those are your 2 options.
Especially if they're good quality paint job.
Yeah, they're pretty decent. I'm pretty pleased with them. I'm very happy with them.
So what scale are they? 28 millimeter? Or?
They are 30 millimeter.
So close enough.
Yeah.
So they're true heroic scale basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what is D6 based game, D10.
It is a
no
D6
dice.
based game. It's based on a series of D6s, and you use them to make your attacks and your defenses and your movements. So
exploding dice. Any cool game mechanics with the sixes?
The interesting mechanic with the sixes is that dice make range on their own. So like if our two characters were 3 hexes apart, and I was rolling to attack you, 1s and 2s wouldn't make range.
Wow.
3, 4, 5, 6 is what will make range against your character. And then the other thing is that attacks have what are called auto misses, where a certain attack that I'm using might have like the die code for it might indicate that it auto misses on 2. So your character is 3 hexes from my character. I rolled. It says it's a 46. It auto misses on 2. Okay, great. And we're 3 hexes apart, so I roll my dice. 1s and 2s won't make range. 2s will auto miss anyway. So let's say the auto misses were 4 instead of 2. That was a bad example. I'm tired. I've been doing setup. Anyway, so 4s are auto misses. Your range is right. I roll 6 dice, and I roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's nice. The 1 and the 2 go away because they don't make range.
Right.
The 4 goes away because it's an auto miss. So 3, 5, 6 is what's coming at you. Your character has a defensive 3, so you roll 3 dice. You roll 4, 5, 6, and you block my 4 or my 3 with your 4, my 5 with your 5, the 6 with the 6.
So you
block
compare
everything.
the highest dice at that point in time.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, the defender assigns them how they want. So if you wanted to assign them in a different way, you could.
But it doesn't seem fruitful.
It does not seem fruitful. There are certain situations in which you're like, nah, maybe I will take this attack for other reasons.
Well, yeah,
but
somebody might take damage and get stronger.
Yeah, when I take damage, I can do a retaliation, or if I take 2 or more points of damage, I reduce it to 1 and get to do a thing, or things like that. So there are situations where you're like, you know what, I am going to elect to take some of this attack, but those are corner cases.
So, in case this gets to go up tonight, what kind of cool tournaments are you doing at the show?
We're not doing any tournaments at the show. For this show, since it's just now the release, and it's a game that wasn't even intended to be released yet, all we're doing is we're doing demos. You can play the game, you can come in a booth. The game can be played as skirmishes, where you're playing like 3v3, or as scenarios, and in the booth we're showcasing scenario play, where you're actually playing through some of the story of the Sentinels comics. And so we're going to be doing some of that in the booth. And then we are planning on putting together tournament play. Actually, later this year we will have tournaments. And so at sentineltactics.com/tournaments, we'll have full information on that. But currently, all it says is tournament information coming soon, because it's still coming soon. Like I said, we're way ahead of all of our schedules on this.
That's fair. Yeah. I've heard rumors about maybe a comic book.
So the Sentinel Tactics comes with 3 comic books. There's in the
actually
box.
did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the comic books, they're comic books. You read through them, and as you're reading through the comic book story, you get to a point where now a battle's about to happen, and then it says, here's how you set up your board, and you play that battle. So the scenario books that come with the game are comic books.
Are they dry erase?
No. You don't write on them. They just show you how to set it up, and then you play it. And then the next scenario, each of the different scenarios as the book progresses, say, okay, well if the heroes won the last one, this is how this setup is. If the villain won the last one, this is the setup is. Yeah. So it's kind of a choose your own adventure kind of in terms of the battle.
Your path book, like the D&D books.
Right.
1970s and 80s.
But anyway, so that's how those. So it comes with comic books, and we have plans to do more comic book like things in the future.
I would like to see a graphic novel.
I would too.
That would be a really cool...
It's a matter of how much time we have to allocate to different things. And
this is all you do now, right?
It is all we do, but it still is a bit of a chunk. But
because you guys do all the art in-house.
So the 3 of us that run the company is myself, I'm the designer. There's Adam, who's the artist, and there's Paul, who's the operations and business guy. And the 3 of us are the company. We actually recently hired a full-time warehouse manager, and she does all our box packing and shipping, and she is invaluable. She's our favorite person in the company right now.
I would imagine.
And all 4 of us are all full-time on Great in the Game stuff, and we're actually looking right now. We're in the job hunt for a full-time graphic designer. We have a job posting on our website about that right now.
I can't do that.
That's okay. But if you know anybody good, send them our way. All right.
I don't mingle in that crowd.
Fair enough.
I tend to organize events. So
okay.
When you get that far along, let me know.
Certainly, we'll do.
Wow, anything else you want to share?
Well, we have Sentinels, the Multiverse of the show. We have Sentinel Tactics of the show. We also have Galactic Strike Force, which is a game that we kickstarted last year, and that came out early this year, and that is a completely different game. It is a cooperative miniatures game, but the miniatures it's not a combat game like Sentinel Tactics. It's a miniatures game, and the miniatures move around the gameplay area and indicate where your ships are. It is a space battle game in which you and me and some other people are going to team up as cool space fighter pilots or smugglers or assassins or information brokers, and we're fighting against these terrible threats that are coming into the galaxy that threaten the galactic balance as we know it. So it's an interesting, fun game. You should come by and check it out.
You guys need some volunteers, I think.
We have about 30 for this show.
Yeah, but you need more so you can run events.
We're going to be running events soon.
The day's coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty amazing. That covers it?
That's about it. I hope I have all my ducks in a row for this.
What kind of plans do you have for the fall? I'm sure you got to have something
for the fall
other than tournaments.
So in 2 weeks, after this show's over, we go home and we're home for like 72 hours, and then we fly to Seattle for PAX Prime. The PAX shows are the shows we're always interested in doing. And then after that, we this fall we'll be doing some Sentinel Tactics tournament things. Actually, at our headquarters in St. Louis, at the Greater Than Games headquarters, we're having it.
I didn't know you guys were in St. Louis. For some reason, I thought you guys were in Michigan.
Yeah, a little bit south of there. So
a
little bit. So yeah, we'll be doing some tournaments there, and then in January, I think it is, we're going to Texas for PAX South, and then lots of things. But anyway, so yeah, there's between the getting out new games and sometime in the next 6 months, we'll be running a Kickstarter for a brand new game that is completely unrelated to anything we've done before. So there's just so many things.
Unrelated in what way? What kind of genre?
It's a cooperative game. I love cooperative games. It is not designed by me. It is designed by a guy named Eric Roos, who designed a great game called Fealty. It has been out for a while. And this game is going to be called Spirit Island, and it is a thematic game in which you play as these kind of ethereal spirits on this island, and this island is untouched by civilization. And then all these invaders start coming in, and they start building up settlements and building up cities and exploring the inlands. And you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And so you have to fight them off. So you're essentially playing against a worker placement game. The game is playing a worker placement game against you, and you are cooperatively trying to defeat them and push them back.
Okay.
So it's pretty interesting. I'll be running demos of that this week, actually, at the booth. So.
That's cool.
But it's just an early prototype version. So.
Well, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Thank you, guys. Again, this is my interview with Chris from Greater Than Games, and hopefully you see this before tomorrow morning.
That'd be great.
If not, it'll probably be up after the show, and you missed all the good fun stuff unless you were here. So have a good day.